Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to TKKN and Buff Save the Universe, episode number 60. It is Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. I'm Chris Adams, the Tekken Master, joined by.
Oh, he's already losing it already. This is Buff 74. Hey, Tech, can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
You burped before we came online.
Okay.
Yeah, it was shocking. It was shocking. You have little control over your gases. It's a silly thing. What did you eat today, anyways? Speaking of
Um,
speaking of gaseous foods.
you mean like all day long or what?
Oh, sure.
Well, I ate
What
oatmeal for
fuels? What fuels the
breakfast.
rage machine that is Tekken Master?
After I ate oatmeal, I ate some pizza.
Nope, that's your natural food. Yep.
Um, let's see. After I ate pizza, I ate some Snickers, fun-size Snickers, not full bars.
No,
While I was
that's
playing
right.
Resident Evil,
Well, okay, so how many Snickers did you have
I
at a fun
didn't
size?
keep count, dude. A lot. Well, okay, maybe not
Because
like a lot, but like enough.
so
So,
how many mini Snickers do you think makes up one Snickers bar?
I don't know. I'd have to measure it.
There. Oh, yeah, there you go.
I would say
Uh,
between 4 and 8, because it's like the thickness isn't the same. It's
four.
weird.
That's what she
You know,
said.
like the length is like
Anyway,
4. Like the lengthwise is like 4, because it's like the same length, but then like the
yeah.
width is different, so it's weird.
So for anybody just coming in now in our conversation, we're
That's not how that
talking
works,
about
Bob.
we're talking about
Someone's listening to
Snickers.
the podcast. They're not gonna be like, "Oh man, let me click it like a minute and 30 seconds in and just start from there, like 90 seconds in and see
Wow.
how it starts." I'm
They
gonna
say,
skip the
"Oh,
intro.
those jabronis, they're just gonna rant on for about the first minute. So I'm gonna catch you in 128, and it's like talking about your girth and width and all
I
that."
never
So
said that. I never said the G word. I never said the
you
G word.
never said the G word. Ah. Anyways, so what consists of the four major food groups for Tekken? Pizza's one. Mandarin oranges.
I don't even eat mandarin oranges anymore.
Well, clementines when they're on
Oh, and
sale.
I guess I do eat oranges, but they're not mandarin
Yes,
oranges. They're just oranges.
clementines. They're the small little oranges, so the clementines. And then you have rice,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have what would be the fourth one you'd have?
Protein.
A pudding, pudding,
What? I don't eat
pudding
pudding
bowls.
anymore.
No, you just said that about the other thing too when you were eating that the clementines.
But I
You said,
don't, because I changed my diet to something else
oh, very good. So why did you change your diet?
because I was a because I did because I was like I don't need to eat all this crap, so I can just cut some of the stuff.
Good. Are you back doing your push-ups?
Yes. Well,
Good.
yeah.
Oh yeah, getting swole for the toll. Absolutely. So that's good. Podcast is actually just chatting with Tekken 2.0 for the month of June. Yeah, he's just gonna copy and paste into at the end of the month. This is his talk. That's good for you, buddy. Good for you for staying in shape and making sure that you're loved by the ladies. That's for sure. This week
Ha!
in
Don't even get me started on that one.
yeah, well, that might be what we're going to be starting because we don't have much to talk about, Mister Shoot from the Hip. This week we're going to talk about a couple of different things. Obviously, we're going to talk about video games because that's Tekken's favorite thing, and we're going to talk about some wrestling, which is my favorite thing, and then we might get into some, Trump getting arrested things at the end. We knew we'd love to talk about that. So there you go. Anyways, so let's get started and discuss what have you, young Tekken, been playing?
Um, I played a lot of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I played Resident Evil 4 Remake finally. I finally started that. I played that game that starts with a D. I don't want to talk about it. F that game. Um, let's see.
Nope, I'm not going to listen to that anymore. From now on, you'll never say that name again,
What?
or you have to admit that you actually like playing it. Destiny.
What are you talking about? I
We,
didn't say. I said that game that starts with a D. I didn't say that word.
yeah, yeah, but you're gonna have to because you say every time you play, you say what you're playing, you say that, then you say F
I
that
play it like
game.
once a week. Okay. It's once a week. Cause okay. See, but see now. See, you're about to push my buttons. You're about to push my buttons, and then I'm gonna start talking about it, and then I'm gonna go into rage mode, and then I'm gonna just fire breathing dragon of the like, and then just all the rage because at that game, and then
some women like that. If you do that, I think they might. You might get a very positive response.
You're up.
from
Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm looking at my phone. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Played a lot of that. Played that stupid
Let me do
game.
my impersonation of a motorboat.
Played Resident Evil 4 Remake. And then besides that, I mean, there's okay, and then I played Gran Turismo 7, but it's I'm not really playing it as much as I'm logging in and doing my daily races. It's technically I'm playing it, but it's am I really playing it? It's dipping my toe in.
I am going to put a pause in this because I want to ask you a simple question.
Okay.
I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways. There's a movie coming out. Have you heard about this yet? About a video game that you play and you love. Have you heard about this yet?
What is the movie?
I saw the trailer, and I'll.
You have to say the name, Buff. You're just leading me on. Now I'm just what the F are you talking about?
Yeah. Mr. Leading people on. There you go. Now here's my impersonation of hydrofoil.
I was about to say, Tekken makes a noise and you have to guess the emotion.
I know every emotion. Yep. Horny. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. The horny emotion.
Now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking of that. This is going off the rails so fast. No, I'm thinking of that time you were talking about the whole Trish trying to lead this thing, and I just started making noises that I haven't made yet, but I was about to. But then you said that, and now if every noise is that, why do I have to make the other noises? Because we already have a noise for it. So yeah.
Yep. It's every single noise. So the celestial juices, absolutely. So now. I'm seeing Trish and Lita this weekend at the Niagara Falls Comic Con, and let me just say, a picture with them is cheap in comparison to Ric Flair. Ric Flair for a professional picture taken with Ric Flair is $135. No, I think it's $175. I think it's $135 for an autograph. An autograph.
Well, you know what they say: you want to ride Space Mountain, you got to pay up.
Yeah, you know what they say.
I don't think they say that.
And they just do it. No, but thing is with Trish and Lee, and there could be a picture with Rick at the table, but the price is to be determined. So I'm thinking it's going to be $100, which I have to, because the man is closer to death. So this could be my only chance. Now, but Trish and Lita, for a picture of them together, it's $135. Professionally shot. With a nice boudoir in the back and, fancy outfits. Or at the table, I think it's $50 a shot. So that's not too bad at all. So that's good. Bret Hart's going to be there. And he's not even charging for a table shot. He doesn't want you either get your picture professionally taken with him or it's nothing. So I said, "Oh, Hitman, you're hitting my pocketbook." But there you go. Anyways, let's get back on the topic. The movie.
Sorry, that was funny.
Let's
get back on topic.
Let's get back on topic. We never do, but that's how it is. The movie sets up, and it's pretty simple. It's a young lad who's playing a video game, and he's very good at the game. He practices every day. He doesn't go to school or whatever. He doesn't love his parents or go outside. He just plays this video game. And the thing is, his high score, he gets a high score, and they come and take him to the academy where they teach this person how to do what they do in the video game, but they put them in the real world. And they say, can a gamer be this? And then all the storylines of, there's people already doing it and they think, oh, this guy's got a lucky break. We're going to do things and defile them and all that kind of stuff. So the game in question is Gran Turismo. And my question to you is, Tekken, would you go if it wasn't in the COVID world we live in? Would you go and see? Because I know the answer. I'm not gonna go there, but no. Would you? If life was good, would you go and see Gran Turismo?
In theaters,
Yes.
I don't know. I saw the trailer. It looks, it. I don't know. It didn't look wizard enough, or it looked like it was. It was really
Wizard,
weird.
it's a driving game. How the hell's
No,
a
I mean,
wizard?
there's a movie called The Wizard from Nintendo back in the '80s, and it was very similar. But like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, this looks very like The Wizard, but from PlayStation. But like, it was super weird because I was like, but it's not like the same because it's more of a, you know, rags to riches. Oh, you did the game thing and now you're a pro, as opposed to just some like person that plays the game all the time. And then there's like Nintendo World Championships in California. We're going to an adventure and we're gonna play the game and win the stuff. And it's like, man, it's like weird like watching that trailer because I was like, man, this is like totally like Wizard 2000 Now edition. But no, I
No.
would not go to theater to watch that movie because it's just yeah. Because I mean, it's all based on Gran Turismo. They're just gonna be driving cars and racing cars. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you repeat the whole wizard plot? And I'm gonna interject some. So just start with the whole. Let's go to California. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Going to be playing games, going to California for the World Championships and see if we're gonna win.
There you go. That's what I wanted to put in because you're a pervert. Anyways, but wouldn't that be interesting for you, Tekken? Because you are a gamer extraordinaire. You know that. You say it all the time how great you are.
What are you talking? When do I say that?
Oh, the Tekken's here. Watch out for the Tekken.
I
The
never say
Tekken.
that.
Tekken gets the crowns. Oh yeah, Tekken time. I'm gonna open up a can of vitamin T and drink it. Yeah. Oh
Definitely
yeah,
never say
vitamin
that.
T. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Slurp
definitely never
down that.
referred to myself as a vitamin or drink or something to put
Yeah.
in someone's mouth. You said it. You said it. I'm gonna drink it.
You,
Where does the drink go when you drink it?
there-
In your mouth.
there's
Just saying.
there's a big difference between
You don't put it in your
drinking
nose
something
unless
and
it's
putting it
cocaine.
in your mouth. So there you go. Well,
I mean, or some
wow, we
other
are.
type of like cold medicine or something. I mean, hey, whatever orifice you want to put it in, that's up to you, man.
Well, you always tell the people online they can stick it. So is it up their nose, Tekken? Is it up their nose that
I
you tell
mean,
them
it's
to
usually up there
stick
bleep larp, so you know.
the flea barbs? There you go, perfect.
You know what they say?
I
Pokeroo,
hope
pokeroo.
I don't bring up Pokeroo.
Stick it in your pokeroo. Hmm.
That is a very sensitive topic, the Pokeroo, and you know this. So there you go. I like the fact that you actually have taken the story of Pokeroo, beloved childhood character here in Canada, and have now used it to explain an orifice in the human body. So there you go. I hope you're proud of yourself.
I mean, you can do it with anything. That's how the English language works, dude. It's like, oh yeah, that thingy. Now that's a thingy, and you can stick your thingy in your thingy with your thingy up your thingy. Go f your thingy. I mean, in your what just said it. Whatever. Go f your thingy, your thingy. Go thingy your thingy, and yeah, thingy, whatever.
That's the title of this podcast.
It's like
this
just
week.
take a word. It can be a noun, verb, adjective, whatever the f, dude.
That's the new title of our podcast this week. Thingy.
Up your thingy
And
with your thingy.
Nope,
Stick it in your
just
thingy.
thingy. That's it.
Oh, thingy. Hmm.
Thingy. Absolutely.
Thingy.
But wouldn't you want to be? Wouldn't you want to be like you're very good at video games and you play Gran Turismo? Wouldn't you like the idea of somebody saying, "Hey, you got a high score. Let's see how you're like in the real world."
Uh,
Wouldn't you like to be taken to Gran Turismo University and then they put you in front of a VR thing and then you get to drive around and be better than everybody else and then say, "Okay, you did great. Let's put you in a real car."
not in a real car. That's dangerous.
Well, that's part of the movie. That means you
No,
got to be
thank
doing it.
you. Also,
Yeah,
that's a thing. Cause I played that thingy. It was called like Gran Turismo Academy or something. But it like I didn't play to win. I just played it for like a free car or something. So it's like I wasn't. I mean, not a free car like in real life, but like in the game. Cause it's like, oh, here's a free thing if you do the thing. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Cause it's like, yeah, the people that really good at that game, that's like all they play. So it's like, I don't. I mean, I might
I
have a
know,
chance, but it's like, small
I know,
chances.
I know what you are in the movie. You're that cool kid sits in the corner. Goes, yeah, whatever. I'll play this game. Whatever. Yeah. You're like, how's that guy still passing? It doesn't look like he even cares. Oh, that's how good he is. Whatever. Give me a free car. Whatever. There you go. I'm cool. I'm the Tekken master. Anyways, so back on the topic because you just went off on it.
I didn't go. I was on topic. Whatever. That was completely on topic. I told you the thing about all this stuff.
No, okay. So Gran Turismo the movie, you don't even want it. Would you see it if it was streaming on your television set?
I mean, I'll probably end up watching it, just not in the theater.
Okay.
I'm never going back to theaters, dude. Like, why would I go back to
I'm
theaters?
just saying, if you had the option to go see it, would you go see it in the theater? But
No.
take away options. Let's say everybody is nice and healthy. There's women in the theater. You want to go and see it. Would you go?
I mean, no. Just because I know what it's. I already know what it's about anyway. So no. It's like you can watch the trailer and like that's the movie. So it's like no, you don't really need to go watch it.
If there was 50 women in that theater and the only guy in there would be you, would you go?
No.
Okay. Next question. So this month is coming up. You have your Final Fantasy game coming out. Tell us a little bit about Final Fantasy and what you're excited about when it comes to this game.
You're talking about 16.
Yeah.
I think I've already talked about this on the podcast, dude.
No, I want to. Okay, so you set up your. So what are you going to be character-wise when you start this
I
game?
don't know anything about that game. I have been avoiding it so I didn't get it spoiled. I just know I'm gonna get it and play it, and it's gonna be awesome. And if it's not, whatever. So,
Oh yeah, if it's not, we're going to be hearing about it.
oh yeah, you will. But it's like and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be effing good. So I'm not worried about
Yeah, you're going to be talking about how they can stick the game up their pokeroo.
it. Yeah, I sure will.
Sure will. Absolutely. Now, so also this month, we were talking about this in the pre-show. Yes, there's a pre-show, everybody, where we just yell at each other for the most part. True. I say, hey, Tekken, how you doing? Fine. I say, okay, here we go. Here we go. We're going to be in a good mood tonight. But luckily, yeah, that was just his pre-show. He conserves his energy until he gets on the show, and then he's Mr. Happy. Till we get him. Till he start pushing buttons. Oh, don't push the buttons. Don't push the buttons.
Oh yeah,
But
Buffing is effing yeah. Buff knows, but oh man, I almost said something really inappropriate. But yeah, Buff is just like so Tekken, lead interest strategist. What do you think about that? And it's like, let me tell you.
celestial juices.
Except he does it in reverse. Where he's like, so Tekken, tell me about that game you like to play that starts with a D and rhymes with destiny. And it's like, oh, f that game. Stick it in your
Yeah.
bleep flap, you effing pokeroo.
Yeah. There you go. That name is going to be on your lips for the rest of your life.
It is. It is.
It is. No.
I was finally able to work it in this episode. I've been sitting on it for a while. I was like, stick it up
Yeah.
your pokeroo, and I finally got to say it.
Yeah, exactly. But now you're confusing the body parts. I'm not quite sure what's happening. Where you're saying
Am I,
up the
Buff?
pokeroo
I'm pretty sure I just said you can turn anything into a noun, adjective, verb, what have you, and it works. Because it's like,
Pronoun.
yeah, dude, you like your pokeroo? Stick it up your pokeroo. Oh, you want a pokeroo? It's just like thingy. It's like, thingy, pokeroo, 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 pokeroo.
Is the fourth is the fourth the four food groups? Is the fourth one energy drinks?
I did have an energy drink for this episode.
What are you drinking? What the heck are you drinking energy drinks for, Mr. Healthy? Those
Because
are the
I was
things you
tired,
have.
and I was like, well, I don't want to fall asleep before the podcast. I should drink an energy drink. And I was like, I don't even think this works because I don't feel very energized because I drank one earlier. And it's like, don't do more than 2 servings. And I was like, I feel fine. So I was
This is
like,
my
whatever,
fourth
dude.
one.
I'll do 2, see what happens. And I guess it
Yeah.
worked the second time. Or the
How's
second
your
dose
heart-
was just like, I guess enough this time.
How's your heart feeling right
I feel,
now?
I don't, I will buff. I don't know about you, but I don't usually feel my heart beating when I'm just sitting here. So I think it's doing just
That's
fine.
okay. That's good. Well, if you can feel it beating while you're just sitting there, then you're gonna die. Just let you know. You're a good friend, one of my closest friends, but you're gonna die. There you go. And if you die, I better find out about it. Have you made arrangements? Have you told your mom that if they find you in the gutter
In
or
the gutter.
somewhere, that I'm supposed to be notified so I can come down to Wichita, Kansas, and pay my respects? Like
No, I have
just
not.
like just like if I pass away, then my significant others have been told to contact Uncle Tekken and tell him that I've passed on. That you have to come to where I am and pay your respects.
Nope.
Okay, because now if you don't, there's penalties. There's a penalty if you don't come and pay your respects on my death. So just beware that'll come to you. So there you go. All right, back on topic. So here we are in June. You got Final Fantasy coming out. You've stayed away from any spoilers or anything like that. Do you know if you get any pre-release bonus goodies?
Uh, yeah, there's some crap you get. I'd have to double. I don't know off the top of my head. There's like two different versions because there's normal version, but you get like some sword or something, and then like the deluxe edition is like the same thing. You just get like some other extra thingy. And it's like whatever, dude. So,
You're not gonna go for it?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go for it, but it's annoying because it's like I was looking at it and it seemed like the physical copy has like something you can only get in the physical copy besides the statue, but it's like super expensive. I was like, pfft, it's like 250. It's an absurd amount of money for like the physical edition. I was like, dude, after that crap, the deluxe edition is only like 80 or something. So I was like, or like the digital deluxe, which is like the same thing without the statue, but it's like some other digital trinket that is like whatever you don't get. But I was like, dude, whatever. I'm gonna get it anyway because it's like I don't want to not have the thing, so it's like of course I'm gonna get it. So it's like and if there's any other stuff listed on the store and it's gonna be on the thing anyway, so it's like I could just be like, oh, is there any DLC I didn't get? And then it's like, oh, it's just like $5 or something. But then
So basically, you're paying for a statue then.
no, not. I mean, you are if you get the physical copy, but not if you get
Yeah,
the digital copy. The digital copy is like $80, I think. The physical is like
yeah.
effing two something. It's absurd. It's absurd.
Hey, there's a statue,
I'll
right?
look it up right
So
now.
what
It's ridiculous.
what's the statue,
It's
anyways?
Ifrit and Phoenix, I think, fighting. It's pretty cool looking though.
Well, that'd be
The
nice for you to put in your
Eidolons
room.
slash summons slash whatever they're called in that version.
You put that on your dining room
I don't
table.
have a
Some
thingy
lady,
in my room, buff. I
some
live in a
lady
studio
comes
apartment with
over.
like one room and a walk-through closet. There's like no, and I have no, and I have no furniture, so it's not gonna be like displayed prominently anywhere near.
So you put it out there, and so you bring the lady over, and before the poke root comes out, you go you show you show her the statue.
Oh my gosh.
It's made of solid materials. Speaking of solid materials, pokeroo. There you go.
Oh,
That's
also, this is like the first M-rated version of the game. It's rated in this time. So I'm like, ooh, it's got some stuff in it. My cup of tea. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mmm.
Cup of spicy tea.
Got some pokeroo in it.
Yeah, a little cinnamon tea in there. Mmm, spicy.
All right, collector's edition physical contents. Premium statue depicting a battle between two icons, Phoenix and Ifrit. There's a pin collection, steel bookcase, cloth map. Ooh, fancy. Um, but yeah, it's all that crap.
You can
And
wipe your ass with it when you run out of toilet paper.
oh man, that's weird. I'm trying to find the price for this, and it's not effing the flipping. Why is it not? Oh, maybe it's sold out, so I can't actually select it. That's weird. No, it should be here. That's.
Maybe you can
I'll find it. I'll find it.
maybe you can get the map
I gotta look at price.
and you can frame it and put it on your wall. So when the lady comes over and go, oh, look at this over here. This is
$350, dude. It's $350.
Well, you're rich.
That's there's games like that, it's like it's not worth the cost. That's too expensive. Like, why would you pay that much? That's almost the price of a console itself. And it's like, guess what? Game. I'd rather have a console than a game that's priced as a console that comes with like some
There you
statue and some other crap or some trinkets I don't need.
and
Pass.
this is the online thing, right? So this will be hundreds and hundreds of hours played, right?
What?
Or
No,
is this
this is not the
just
online
a
one.
game? Is just a game?
Yes.
Ugh. Okay, never mind. Anyways, so this reminds me of an auction I had this week. They had Jonah Hex. They had like 60 issues, all up for grabs. $50 was the going rate going into the final last hours of the auction. So I put in a big ass bid just to try to set the tone, right? Getting close to the last, and then so $50 American was where it sat for the longest time. So the bidding went up, and my last bid was like $128. So for 60 issues, 128 put in American, that's 180. So that's like $3 an issue. And for these issues, I can get more than $3. So if I sold them, I'd make my money back and then some. Apparently, everybody else thought so too, because at the very end, because I went and I watched uh, Dominion, New Japan's Dominion, on Sunday while the auction was going on. And so I looked in and the auction was over. I said, "Oh crap, I missed how much it went for. $354 American. That would have been $480 Canadian, and that is too rich for my blood. That's for sure." So that's how. And so I'm glad you know. I'm glad to know that you have a hard line on how much you would spend on video games, because I have a hard line on how much I'm going to spend on my comics. That's good.
I
You know when to
mean, it
stop.
depends, cause I mean I do now, cause in the past I bought some stupid. I mean, I only bought like one that was like really expensive, and I was like, in hindsight, didn't I shouldn't have bought that, or like it was too expensive. But it's like that was like one time, and it's like, it's like after you've done it once, you're like, was it really worth it, or like wasn't? It's like, yeah, that was not. Yeah, never again. So
What was the statue?
it wasn't a statue. It was that GTA 5 or GTA 4 that came with the duffel bag in the safe deposit box in the soundtrack. I think it was like 250. I think it might have been less, but I think it was like 250. But it was expensive, and at the time I was like, ooh, GTA 4.
And that was the big appeal. It was a long time between from number 3 to number 4, and you thought, "Oh yeah, I'm getting on." You got hopped up on the train, on the hype train.
Yes.
Okay, that's all right. We've all been there. We have all been there, my friend. Absolutely. I do regret not getting the Injustice Batman statue, because that looked pretty sweet. I think it was for Injustice. They had a Batman statue. Either that, or it was one of the Arkham games had the Batman statue. Either way, either way.
I'm
I,
trying to.
I but I do have the Uncharted 3 statue, so that was sweet. So and he's figured prominently in my one bedroom apartment with the walk-in closet, apparently, that I do not have. So thank you. It is a one bedroom with a lovely living room and a wonderful kitchen, and and a bathroom with a door, and an ensuite laundry area. So there you go. My laundry is in my apartment. I don't have to walk out and around the building like some other people I know to get their laundry, get their underwear washed. So there you go.
Okay, I looked it up, and then the deluxe edition that's digital that I'm getting is 90. So it's not even like a third of the price to get the, and it comes with the, let's see, digital mini art book, digital mini soundtrack, and then Braveheart, which is a sword, Kate Sith's charm, and the scholar spectacles. But those three things right there, those all come with the standard edition that's 70. But then, like I said, it's 70 for the standard. So they're effing us on the flipping, it's one of those where it's like, I'm not paying effing more than 60 for a normal game. So it's like, I'm going to just get the effing deluxe for 90, because it's like, at least it comes with like some other special things or some other extra stuff.
Well,
Because it's like,
here's
because for 70, it's like, dude, I'm not gonna pay 70 for a game, because it's like, that's a line I'm not willing to cross.
okay.
So at least I
Can
can
you
like
just
spend a bit more on the whatever deluxe edition and be like, okay, well, that's standard fare for an extra or super duper edition. So I don't
okay?
I don't feel cheated.
Okay, can we just make a simple statement now? And I hope you can agree with this, even though I know you won't because you are a bitter man who will never admit that I'm right about stuff. So here it is right now. The artwork and the soundtrack are just a hook, a bait that nobody gives. With the people think, oh, I would like the fancy art book. Oh yeah, and nobody ever actually looks at it.
I disagree because I look at mine.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay, when was the last art book you got on a video game?
I got one with Tactics Ogre, but I think I got one with effing because usually like the Japanese stuff has it, but it's Tactics Ogre for sure. I got one, and then there was one with Horizon, but not the last one because I didn't get the because I got okay. See, that's the other thing. It's like Horizon. That was like the last one I got because like that was when they effed us with like oh we can't you can't or the PS you get the PS4 version you get the PS5 version. So I got the PS4 version because $10 cheaper. But then I didn't get effing the like whatever the F the super duper or like the deluxe crap. So I don't think I got the art book in that one. But then the one
Well,
before
that's
I
what
got
you
it.
get.
But it's like it's fine because I was like I'm not effing paying that extra money for that. So it's like whatever.
That's what you get for being El Cheapo.
But I think like the last few Japanese games I got like Diofield Chronicle, Valkyria or Valkyrie, effing Lenneth, um, Diofield Chronicle, Lenneth, Tiger Tugger. Those three. Those like three some or the Square Enix GMs from last year at the end. So yeah, those ones.
Well, here's so and so do you wake up in the morning and you go and look at your art then?
No,
When was the last time you looked at it? When you got the
I
game?
look at it after I finish the game because it has spoilers usually, and it's like I don't even want anything to be spoiled, so I have to finish the game first.
Oh, okay. But then once you look at it, it's like you throw it in the garbage and you're done with it.
I don't throw it in the garbage because it's digital. That's not how that works, Buff.
Mhm.
I can look at it in sweet 4K and be like, look how good this looks.
Are you still talking about your artwork?
Yes.
Okay.
And then in the case of
Good.
Mass Effect, I do have some art books that were like effing super duper, super fancy ones. It's like, oh, this is an actual book, and I can just flip through the pages and be like, yeah.
All right. So when you're driving to your work, do you put on the game soundtrack and you just listen to it and go, yeah, that's a banger. Banger
Soundtracks,
after
sound,
banger after banger.
soundtracks are not the same though. Soundtracks, it's like depending on like I'm not gonna listen to like the whole soundtrack if there's only like a couple songs I like. So it's like no, Buff, that's not how that works. Soundtracks is just like I can just go to YouTube or Spotify and listen to like whatever the songs I wanted to listen to are. I don't have to like load up the like digital soundtrack and be like, all right, let's listen to this front to back, this hours long soundtrack of like maybe there's only a couple songs I like in it. It's like that's not how that works.
What's the best gaming soundtrack that you played? And don't say like a music game or like that. I'm saying an actual video game that you've listened to the soundtrack and you said to yourself, I'm gonna listen to that on my way to work because I like bangers. Bangers.
Well, ironically, Final Fantasy has some of the best soundtracks. So, I, seven's obviously like one of the best. So it's like whatever, not 7, 9. I mean, that's the thing. Okay, there literally was a game that came out this year called Theater Rhythm, or some people say Theater Rhythm. I honestly don't know what effing way to pronounce it. Whatever, where they put all Final Fantasy music in a game and you can play it like it's a music game in a rhythm game and it's awesome and it's like yeah dude because they're all effing bangers so shut up Buff and it's like oh yeah because they're effing jams and it's like yeah Final Fantasy because it's all effing great and it's just like just I listen to it all the time it's a nice
You play a game. It's a game.
yes it's on my
And do you,
YouTube somewhere I streamed
okay.
it.
Did you put down bangers in the
No,
description?
I didn't put down bangers in the description.
Well, that's your loss then, isn't it? Anyways, let's get back on track from your rant.
Oh, it's my rant, but you're the one that brought it up.
Absolutely. I just
Funny how
push
that
the
works.
buttons. I just
Yeah,
press
yeah.
the
You just push the
buttons.
buttons.
Press
Yeah.
buttons and then see what happens.
Push the
Now,
buttons.
next
Pokeroo.
up.
Stick in your
So,
pokeroo.
yeah. So here we do not besmirch a Ontario icon that is Pokeroo.
Already
Okay.
did. Happened.
I'm already upset because of Pokeroo's advances towards my girlfriend. So that has to be still addressed. When I see that Pokeroo at Fan Expo in Toronto, which I am going to, so that's very good. the big name going to Fan Expo this year so far. They still have lots to announce, but it is Hayden Christensen is going to be there. Darth Vader himself is going to be taking pictures and doing autographs. Isn't that something, Tekken?
I guess whatever.
At the Hamilton Comic Con, which is in September, and I'm told I'm not going to, and that makes me sad because we're running in the morning and then we don't have enough time to go to Hamilton. Wrestling legend, and this one that shook my foundations when I heard he was coming. Abdullah the Butcher. And if you have not seen Abdullah the Butcher, you must take 2 minutes of your time just to YouTube that gentleman and see how much you want to use your utensils after which. There you go. You will not use a fork for at least a month. There you go. All right. So back on topic.
Wow, Buff, you really are the derailer.
That's right. So Final Fantasy's coming out. You said June 16th. So we're getting pretty close.
22nd,
right?
dude. I didn't say 16th.
22nd. But then there's another game coming out.
Yeah, there is.
At the end of the month. That is also tweaked your interest. It's actually made you very excited. And it is AEW Fight Forever.
I think that's a mischaracterization, but okay, continue.
Well,
I am excited. I am anticipating it. Yes, but it's not like that level of like what you just said. But whatever. Continue.
Tekken and I have already discussed it, and then I'm getting.
Oh yes, we've discussed it, even though it's been mostly you.
I really don't want to buy the season pass.
Mister, I'm still working on our tag team name.
Oh, the B and T connection. That's what that is.
You change it every week, Buff. You're like, oh yeah, this week it's this name.
The B and T Express. That's right. Anyways, the Buff and Tough Express. There you go. No, that's all right. We are going to have a tag team online, you and I, and we're going to team up and we're going to fight tag teams throughout the world. All right. So, and we're going to raise our ranks all the way to the very top, and we are going to win the world tag team titles. And then it becomes a matter of who's going to turn on who first. Who's the Shawn Michaels and who's the Marty Jannetty? That's going to be the interesting. And you don't even know who Marty Jannetty is.
I do too. I know who the Rockers are. Go F yourself.
Stick it up your pokeroo.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Stick it up your pokeroo.
So that's gonna be the interesting. Oh, by the way, have you watched any of the Dark Side of the Rings that came out the new season?
I haven't seen any of the new seasons. No.
It's only
I saw a clip, but only a clip or the trailer, but I haven't seen the full episodes.
So yeah, the Sunny one came out last week, and that was pretty. That was very interesting to see to say the least. And they didn't go into too much into what Sunny did after Christine Dito passed away, because I just turned up to 10, right? But and this week was Magnum TA, and that, because you probably don't know Magnum TA, that's even before you were born. But Magnum TA could have been the next world champion. They're setting him up to beat Ric Flair, and then something happened, and it just changed. It changed. This is one of those things that what would have happened if. This is personally my greatest what ifs when it comes to wrestling. What if this didn't happen to Magnum TA? What would have happened? So there you go.
That's what made the Brian Pillman episode so good. It was like, man, what would have happened if?
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, if he doesn't get in that car accident.
Yep, and have his foot twisted all the way around him to face the other way. Absolutely. Or if he or he doesn't come back so quick and gets hurt even worse. Yes, absolutely. But anyways, Fight Forever. And so we're going to be a great tag team. Tekken, what's your finishing maneuver?
I don't know.
Okay, I think you should do a top rope thing. That's right. You should do like an elbow smash, elbow drop, or a frog splash, something like that. What do you think?
I don't know, dude.
I hit somebody with the Steiner driver, a suplex turned into a pile driver, Then I tag onto you. You do your frog splash. 1, 2, 3. We're the world tag champions. Nobody can beat us. What do you think?
Whatever, dude.
What kind of wrestler are you? When if you were doing your wrestler, what would you be? A high flyer? Would you be a ground
I
technician? What
would
would you
be
be?
a luchador.
You'd be a high flyer.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I'm the submission guy. I'm the guy who will work on a body part and then and find somebody, a lovely lady, to work on other body parts. But we and I would so that's what I would do. So that would make us a great team. I'm the ground game. You're the high flyer. Perfect. That sounds like a plan. I like it. Maybe we can steal that luchador finish where you that package pile driver, and then you jump off the top rope and you step on the guy, and then I pile drive him with the extra effort. There you go. That sounds good. But then you'd have to buy the game, and you're going to be in the middle of Final Fantasy, and so who knows how
I'm
long you'll
going to
be there.
get it. I just didn't know there was a super duper edition that got announced. I just thought there was like the one version.
No. Well, I guess what they said, the term "fight forever" was
Yeah,
something that,
I saw that because they're gonna keep like updating it or whatever. But it's whatever.
and give more
I
wrestlers.
just want to try the battle royale mode or whatever because it's like I guess it's like it's like a legit battle royale or like it's 100 people or not 100 people like it's like 20 people that can play online at once in a mode. That's pretty cool for a wrestling game because it's never been done
That's weird
before.
because
So
I
I think it's
see.
pretty neat.
Yeah, because the thing is, I look on the game site itself, right, and it says online players up to 4. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen there, but we'll see what happens. It'd be nice to have that, but we'll see who. Some way, somehow, somebody's going to be a lazy cheat, and then everybody just will beat the crap out of them, I guess. But we'll see what happens. That's good. So we are going to be a great tag team. That's all that matters. I trust you, Tekken, and I trust we'll be led to victory by your high flying, and I'll throw you through a table if we don't. If we lose the tag titles, you're going through a table. That's how it is. Perfect. And then we'll have a long bloody feud. If there's one kind of match you want to have in this game, like a specialty match, and I know you're gonna say maybe Hell in the Cell, that's fine. What kind of match would it be?
Oh, I already have one. It's Texas Death. Texas Death
Ooh,
Match.
very nice, very nice. They are gonna have an exploding match
Oh, exploding
in the
barbed wire.
game. Yeah. So
Oh.
that's
Mm.
exactly, and you can bust somebody open. That'll be your dream right there. Bust me right open, and you'll be like, absolutely. Okay. So
Oh
that's
man, Buff, you
June.
said that, and then I was just thinking about the pizza cutter thing.
Oh, hey, you never know. Well, it is one of your food groups, so I'm sure you'd have it right there. That's right. So June, Final Fantasy and Fight Forever. What's the following month? What games are coming
Oh,
out?
there's nothing in July, dude. At least not yet. But Summer Game Fest is this week, I think. So we'll finally know what's in the second half of the year for game releases, finally, and what's coming out and when. And hopefully there's a bunch more stuff because it's looking kind of not very. I don't know. At the beginning of this year, I was like, zero the video game, woo, video games all the time, woo, so many video games, and then it's like, still waiting for that to kind of materialize. I mean, kind of. It's been a pretty good year still. I mean, it's like there's a lot of good stuff, but not all of it is stuff I play. So it's like just
Well, you
I.
know something? You know something? We're actually in the 6th month. We're in the 6th month. So should we not take a moment and look at what you consider to be the game of the year?
Uh,
Actually, you know something? Run it down from your third to your first one, and we'll do a drum roll for the first one.
third, the first one. Well, I guess third would be. I mean, I guess say third would be Rise since it came out already on Switch last year, but it's still good. I've been enjoying it whenever I go to play it. Second, hmm. Second, I guess I would put the Rhythm because it's still fun and it's still the same gameplay from the handheld, but they actually made it work on console, so that was nice. And it's And then first, I mean, I haven't finished it yet, but Resident Evil 4 Remake, I'm surprised because it's not a 1-to-1. It's like they actually changed some stuff, and I was like, wait, this isn't. They didn't like. They didn't do the thing where it's like, it's the same game from like 20 years ago. It's like they actually changed it up, and I was like, I actually like that. It's like, because I'm usually a purist, so it's like but like, so my expectations were it's going to be the exact same game. It's not the exact same game, but then that doesn't, like, I'm not having the negative reaction that I usually would have if it wasn't the same. So like, I'm like, if I ever play Metal Gear Solid 3 remake from Konami and like they changed stuff, I'm probably like, F Konami, they're effing effers and they're and just like rage. But I guess I can appreciate it if it's done right. You can effing, that's what they've proven with this game is like, can you improve perfection? An original for remake proves you can improve perfection because they did it. Because, dude, they have like side quests and there's backtracking, but it's like, I don't care because it's fun, and it's like the guns are still the guns still like work like they used to work, and then effing it looks amazing. Oh, it looks amazing. Okay, okay. I'm gonna, like, before I start gushing too much about this game, it's like the secret sauce of current gen stuff is like you have fast loads, so like the load times are like so fast you don't even know that they're there. The consoles whisper quiet, so like you never hear it, and it's like it's awesome. And then like the rumble, dude, the like current on PS5 anyway, PS5 DualSense, that rumble is just like next level. Like there's this effect it does, like the SMG in that game is like you upgrade it from like the base version, and it feels different, and it has like this really subtle like. Okay, that's not the sound it makes, but it's a very like subtle but light rumble that's in the background as it has like a primary like rumble. Okay, it doesn't make noise, but it's like there's like a heavy rumble and like a light rumble at the same time, and it's very subtle, and it's just like, dude, that like the way it does that, and like it's different from like when you first got the gun and you upgrade it, and you put the stock on it, and it's just like, dude, that was some next level stuff, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like, and then okay, beyond the whole rumble thing, but like the secret sauce of a lot of games lately, I think, is like if you look at Kena, if you look at Horizon, Last of Us, kind of, but I haven't played the PS5 version, but I'm sure it does it. But any game with like a bow and arrow is kind of cheating, but it's like they have like a really good effect with the DualSense where it just has like a good, like, you hold it down and it like tightens up, and like you let go and like you fire the arrow, and just like it just feels so good. Like bow and arrow is like cheating, but it feels so good on current gen. There's also some weapons in that stupid D game that do that too, because I use a bow and arrow sometimes and it does it, but it's whatever. So, but then I don't play Rumble that game, but it's just just that's like like it does. It's like weird. It's like we got like old world weapons that feel just as good as like the modern weaponry of assault rifles and whatnot. So I think that's weird and neat, but yeah.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, FN Resident Evil 4, like it's really cool because like it has, okay, so like when they remade 2 and 3, they did some stuff with the UI on the front end, and like they copied that in 4, but then like they did a cool thing where it's like, if you play 2 and 3 and 4, and for people that haven't played 4 before, it's like there is story stuff that happens that like I know it's going to happen, but like they don't. So I'm imagine that people that haven't played 4 before don't know it's going to happen, and it is like paced as good as like that first time I play it, and they don't even say anything about Umbrella for like the first 3 chapters, or like the first like 3/4 of the game. So I'm like playing it again. I'm like, man, if someone hasn't played the 4 before, and they don't know the stuff that's coming like down the pipe in this game in the story, it's just, I haven't even got there yet, and it's like, dude, I cannot wait. And they do some stuff in the prologue where like they sprinkle in some lore bits of how Leon had to train before he went to go hunt down Ashley, or not hunt down, like track down Ashley to save the president's daughter. It's like, oh, that's how that went down. How he and Krauser, how like how he hooked up with him, or not how he hooked up with him, how like how he met him, and how they crossed paths. And it's like, ah, yes, but then well, a certain character shows up. I'm not gonna spoil who, and it's like, dude, they show up like way later, and it's like it's even better than in the original version. Because in the original version, you can like kind of see her, but then like they also spoil the character because they're a little trophy from like the shooting range thing, which they brought back, which is just as good. And like in this one, it's like a certain character says her name, and it's like, ooh, yeah. It's like the reveal is like even better, and it's just like, dude, it's and she's still a double agent, and like or like you assume she's a double agent, and just playing both sides, and it's like, oh man, can't so I can't wait to see like what they do with that whole story beat because I haven't finished it yet, but so good. Oh, and there's a character in there, Salazar, and oh, I didn't know like what they were gonna do with his character model, and like I thought he was gonna get a glow up. He didn't get a glow up. He looks even like more decrepit and disgusting, and I was like, ugh, did not get a glow up, but I respect that choice, and I thought it was quite good because it's like dude looks gross, and that's how it should be because he is like a living host of a parasite. That's how that should go. So yeah. Oh, and there's like a lot of good gore and violence that they added because you can like blow people in half, and they have like the little tentacles of like
You can. I'm sorry. You can what?
you can blow people in half, and they have like
No.
little tentacles of like the parasites sticking out. So like before you even like get all the stuff later on in the game about like the whole plaga stuff, you have like all these like weird like tentacle things sticking out of people's heads and like their halves cut off, and it's like, oh, what the f is this? But then if you know, you know. But it's like if you don't know, it's like, what the f is this? So I'm sure people that haven't played the original or are playing the remake are like, oh, that's effing weird. But so it is quite good and quite better, I would say, even than the which I couldn't. I was dude. I bought the original like twice. I bought it on Wii. I bought it on PS2. It's one of my favorite games ever, and it's like I was like they cannot improve this, and they haven't improved it. So props to Capcom because the reviews are true, dude. Like nines and tens. What people have been saying, it is
Are
true.
your best are your best friends? Absolutely.
Nines and tens are your best friends. But then it's cool because like there's a thingy I got for pre-ordering it with like you get the original soundtrack or whatever and like costumes or something. But I'm playing with like the remake stuff first to see like just like to play the new version, and then you can go back there and like play with like the original soundtrack and stuff. And it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. So and the lighting is, oh man, when you're in like the super duper like scary corridors of like exploring places with your flashlight out and your gun, and you don't know what's around the next corner, and it's just games that do that on current gen are also like really good with the lighting and like stuff, and just it's so good. It's just like you don't know what's about to like pop out of the next corner, like jump out at you and just freak you the f out, and it's just like super tense, and the music's just like and like tension all the time, and it's just like dude, and it's just like, man, so good. But yeah, Resident Evil 4,
Yeah.
so good, still awesome after 20 years or however long it's been. It's been 20 years. Yeah, I think 2003. Let me look that up. Resident Evil 4 GameCube release date. I think that was back in the day. Resident Evil 4 GameCube release date. But yeah, Buff, that would be my top 3, or however many I just said. That was 3. Yeah, because it was Monster Hunter Theorism and F in Resident Evil 4. 2005. Okay, almost 20 years. Whatever, close enough.
Oh, there you go. I'm sorry. My child is yelling at me now. Sorry. No, we're not gonna have game night. I'm talking with Uncle Tekken. If it's a podcast, then there's no gaming. If there's a gaming, then there's no podcast. So that's good. So you can go and get some sleep. Get some sleep because we gotta go to work early tomorrow. Okay. Freaking pokeroo. Anyways. Anyway, see, even that was nice for her to point to come in at 10 o'clock and say, "Aren't you playing games tonight?" Nope, not tonight. Now, to sum everything up, because we're gonna close it all down quite soon. Trump's going to jail. We all agree
Are
with
you
that.
making this up? Because I haven't seen anything about this.
They're gonna indict him. They're gonna
He was
officially
already
indict him.
indicted.
Yeah, well, that's for something else. This is now for the big things, right? So he's gonna get indicted for the for all the espionage. Now they're gonna charge him with that because he's been selling the secrets allegedly selling the secrets to. I don't want to get sued,
Allegedly.
yeah, because he'll sue anybody. So I gotta watch out for what I say. Yeah. I want your $2 you have in your account. Okay, go ahead. Um, But the end all to be all is this, Tekken, is that good things come to those who wait. And we have waited, and maybe, just maybe, after all the appeals and everything else that'll happen, he'll be pardoned by the next Republican president. That's my guess. But anyways, buddy, do you have anything to say before we go?
Um, I mean, I'm gonna try to start reading Saga and get caught up again because Hickman. I mean, not Hickman, but I miss reading an awesome comic every month, so I would like to get caught up with at least one.
Very
So I
good.
can get
You
back on
should
the
read,
train.
if you'd like a suggestion, which you don't, but you're gonna get one anyways. The one that I've been really enjoying, and Nightwing was good. Nightwing's very good. I enjoy that one. But the one that's got me really like, oh, this is interesting. Daredevil.
Hmm. Nice.
That'd be
It's
that.
always fun when Daredevil's good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters. Oh, I was gonna say, Buff. I saw before we started the podcast. I watched. There was a trailer of a new WB, one of their new WB animated movies coming out, and it has Jonah Hex in it.
Pardon?
There's like a. I mean, he's not the main character, but it's like there's. It's the Warworld movie, and it's got like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and they're in like different. I
Oh,
don't know,
Eris?
dimensions or
Or,
something, and then like
oh,
yeah, apparently Wonder Woman shows up in like the Old West, and Jonah Hex was there, and I was like, oh, I should tell Bob about this. So yeah.
she would. She's she's looking for to be handled. That's for sure. Yippee cowgirl. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for letting me know. That's gonna come out what soon or
I'd have to double check. I just saw the trailer. I didn't catch the release date. I can look it up real quick. Yeah, Justice League Warworld. When does this come out? Where's the thingy? Comes out on. Guess we'll just skip to the end. Maybe it tells me. Oh, it's also got like a weird thing where it says like rated R at the beginning. So it's like, ooh, rated R. Ooh, I like it. I think it's coming out soon. It just says digital 4K Blu-ray. It doesn't say release date. So it must be coming out soon.
oh there you go.
I'll send you the link to the trailer. That's weird because at the end it says PG-13, but whatever. It must be coming out soon.
Very good. Oh, perfect. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And is there anything you want to say as we close up the ranks for the day? What are your thoughts on what we've discussed today?
What are you talking about?
Uh, well, we talked about video games the whole time. What's your final thoughts?
I don't have a final thought. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, work on that for next time. All right. Well, on that, sign us out there,
I
mate.
guess like let's
Oh,
see
there
some
we
final
go.
thoughts.
Pokeroo.
Effing.
Pokeroo.
Let's see. MCU, pick it up. Seriously, what the F? Drop the ball. Like MCU, what the F, man? Like, I just hope, I just effing hope, when we get the animated X-Men, they're back. They don't and like they don't even like need to come back to them. They don't even need to be in the MCU. They can just like stay in their own thing, doing the whole animated X-Men for like however many seasons. Let it be awesome, and like middle fingers to the MCU because they can never get them in there, and then if they get them in there, they're just gonna ruin it anyway. So whatever, because look at all the momentum they lost since F and Endgame. Just like has not it did not stay awesome. It's just like look at MCU. It's all sad now. It's just like, man, remember when everybody was just like running out to see MCU movies all the time and like making billions. I mean, you could say the streaming kind of killed it because it's like, well, why won't I go to the theater when I can just wait 90 days or whatever? Because yeah, good job Disney. So, yeah, I guess I hope this whole like writer actor thing gets resolved, and they really shouldn't have like took that deal with the residuals. What were they thinking? So here's hoping they get a better deal, because what were they thinking? And I don't think the streaming model long term will work, and like when they all die out, because I think we might be. I hope we're not at the beginning of the end for streaming, but I think everybody was like, oh man, there's dollar signs in their eyes, and then Netflix can't even make it work. They're just burning through money all the time. So it's like, yeah, clearly everybody's just chasing that dragon, and they all got burned. So here's hoping they all get get a whatchamacallit.
Ointment for their burns.
Here's hoping they all get their act together, because seriously, that was like we were in like a golden era of like post TV like movies and film, and it was just like an obsidian age of just like content of just like like binging it all the time. And like I don't want that to go away, but I think it might go away, because I watched a video today about like how writers get paid for movies and crap, and it's like apparently, you know, it's supposed to be like a year-long thing, but like the way with the streaming, it's like without the ad breaks, it's like a lot harder to like write more or like make more stuff. So it's like, you know, it's kind of a failed model to begin with. So I'm hoping, but it's like I know where this train's headed, because that's the hell we live in. It's like, you know, why would they just burn the money to like, you know, make awesome stuff all the time when they don't have to burn the money? Because it's like they're trying to make money. They're not nonprofits. They just want to make money. And so it's like they're not gonna, you know, leave money on the table, and they can just put ad breaks in to like get paid. When it's like, oh man, if we can just keep pumping out these bangers all the time of like less ad breaks but better story and better content, but we don't make as much money, so I think it's the end of an era for that. So unfortunately, Cobra Kai, Stranger Things, Castlevania, all the greatness that we had the last Altered Carbon, so good. But yeah, all the awesome streaming stuff, The Boys and whatnot, that we've had the last however long it's been since Netflix went straight, was like the streaming thing. Because like for like the last time it was like, you know, DVDs, whatever. But then they changed the streaming, and it was like a whole thing. And now it's, I mean, that there's also like the slow creep of the whole Chat GPT. Don't get me started, dude. That's a whole other like can of worms of like dystopian future on the horizon. Because it's like, I think it's a lot bigger of an issue than it's being made out to be. I think it's more on the cusp, precipice, what have you, of the industrial revolution or electricity. It's like, yeah, dude, it's gonna be like a kind of a like super duper like world's ending, like changing things going down when like that happens. Of just like, oh, let me just type it in, you know, oh, here's my idea for a storyline. Let's see, setting, let's have the Old West, and, you know, something, horror, whatever, genre, and then type, blah, 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 plug it into the computer, and it just spits it out, and it's like, oh, that's pretty good. I didn't have to, like, you know, use, like, half my brain, and just, yeah, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a giant mess, and, that combined with the whole streaming thing, we'll see what happens, but, I tend to be worst case scenario on these things, so not looking forward to it. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how I got on that topic. That was just completely like not even what we talked about. But hey, that's where my brain's at. Okay.
Yep, that's okay.
I'm a let's see, pessimist, and then, you know, I have to like have my threat matrix up all the time of like, what am I worrying about? And then Buff's like, oh, Tucker, got any words, and it's like, oh, let me tell you what I'm worrying about. And it's like, oops, sorry, that was I think I went down the wrong rabbit hole there at the end. So whatever. I mean, as far as like positivity, at least we got Miles coming out. Woo! Spider-Man 2, can't wait.
Would you see the latest? Would you go see the latest Spider-Man movie
Not in
in
theater,
theaters?
Dude. No, I can just wait. I never have to go to the theater ever again. I can just wait it out for 4K, because I have a 4K TV, and just get it on 4K, or get it on streaming, or get it on Blu-ray, and just watch it in the comfort of my home on a sweet giant screen, and be like, guess what? There's no people here around me to like ruin the experience. F them. I was gonna say something else. Oh, yes. Back to the positivity thing though. It's like, you know, first half of the year, pretty good. Second half of the year, there's plenty of awesome, because we got Spider-Man 2, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, we got Final Fantasy 16, so, you know, 3 bangers guaranteed, and that's
bangers.
You know, that's not
bangers.
Even, it's not even counting Starfield or Forza. So, you know, hopefully, you know, Microsoft doesn't, you know, just land the plane nose down after not getting that Activision Blizzard acquisition. What happened there? I was expecting that to go through. So Also,
Bangers.
I'm glad that didn't happen because that was gonna be a whole what the f, man. Like, is like is it not enough? Is it not enough to have Bethesda? Seriously, you greedy effers. But yeah, that's also Project Q. What the f is that? Like PlayStation? What the f? Like seriously, like nobody wants it. Like I don't even have to put it in like the flipping like Game Advisory Panel like communities on like Facebook or like Discord to be like, hey, we're like nobody wants this thing, right? Because like Tekken can tell sometimes what's on the wind and what's in the water or whatever. It's like I have a sense of these things, and I don't think anybody wants it. And it's like that was like what the f, dude? Like seriously, like have they not like seen the Switch and like that's clearly what we want from our handheld consoles is a dockable portable, not some effing streaming over Wi-Fi. What the f is that crap? Go for yourselves. Stupid PlayStation.
Bang, bangers,
But yeah, that's
bangers.
I guess that's my final thoughts. Since Buff was just like asking me, so take what you're thinking about at the end of the podcast, and there you go.
Well, you know something? You've been there, you've done that, so that's good. And you had some fun. And that's the important thing. That's the important thing you have to think about is that you had fun. And
Also,
that's
I would
all.
I would really like it if effing in the X-Men animated thingy. I said this on my thingy, but I didn't actually say it on the podcast or any podcast yet. It's like they've adapted some storylines, and I just want them to take all the good stuff that we've had since where they ended the animated show, and just get to where we're at now, and just like just have all the bangers. It's like House of M banger, effing Ragnarok now banger, effing Fatal Attractions banger, Onslaught banger, effing just the banger X-Men
Bangers.
storylines that we've had for the last however many, what was it, that was in the 90s, so it's like it's been effing 30 years, so it's like yeah, man, we've got. I mean, it hasn't been all good all the time though for the X-Men, so like they can skip some stuff. I mean, they want to make Jubilee a vampire, whatever. It's like sure, whatever, but like there's been some cool stuff, man. And if we can have AVX or like AVX or like yeah, like all the yeah, and then like all the teams that the X-Men fought and beat because they're awesome. Because F everybody else in the MC or in Marvel, because I'm sorry, but that's my favorite team. So it's like mutants over everybody else. Sorry, go for yourselves. So when they fought, I mean, okay, they didn't really fight the Avengers, but whatever, dude. It's like it's called X-Men versus Avengers, and it's like we can just say the X-Men won, and then they fought the F in Eternals, and they kind of won, and then they fought the F in Humans, and they kind of won. So it's like everybody that fought them last 30 years lost because they're not the X-Men, they're not mutants, and it's pretty awesome. And yeah, dude, that oh yeah, the Eternals, dude, like that was a cool man. I didn't even I completely forgot about that. I looked at a video on YouTube about the storyline, and there's some pretty cool stuff that happens about like how they could possibly bring mutants in the MCU, but it's like I think they dropped the ball, so it's like I hope they don't do it. But I mean, they'd also have to like get to the whole like Hickman House of X, Haas of X, Powers of Ten,
House of X.
era, but which I don't think they could do in like Land the Plane because that's a lot of ground to cover in like not a lot of time, and Disney's not been very good at adapting these and then just like sticking to the plan. So we'll see. I don't know. Buff says the effing Illuminati and like the sweet Secret Avenger stuff is in there, but yeah, whatever. It's not the same. I just yeah. Yeah. All my brain does when I hear that is like it just thinks Hickman and just like oh man Hickman, but like it's not the same. It's not the same. If you're not reading every month and like stuff's happening, it's not the same. So whatever. I mean, there's yeah man, whatever. Anyway,
Well, I am spent. And do you know what matches are happening in Toronto for Forbidden Door at the end of this month for New Japan and AEW? Now remember, I had chances to get these tickets, and my boys uh, didn't really want to go for it. But guess what? Two of the matches now are have been announced for that pay per
I
view.
don't know any of them.
Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega
Oh
for the
yeah,
U.S. title,
nice.
and the one that was announced this week at Dominion, Brian Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada.
Nice.
That is the ah,
Did you get
and I
tickets?
No.
Oh
'Cause-
man,
Do you
that's
want to know
crazy.
why? Do you want to know why? Because I have plans already that night to go.
Oh,
Now here. Let's listen to this balance of trade off here. Uh, Kazuchika Okada versus Daniel Bryan. Also, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, and there's more matches to come. That's just the two headliners. On the other hand, I'm going to go see Joe Gallo of the Practical Jokers do a stand-up act in London, Ontario. It's like it one far outweighs the other, but unfortunately, we'd already made plans, and so that of all the nights that things have been planned, that would be that one when Kazuchika Okada wrestles Brian Danielson. It's like, oh, that's one of those matches you'll never see again, and it's a special one, and but that's okay. That's okay. That's what pay-per-views are for.
speaking of pay-per-views, have they announced any more ticket sales for that UK show in Wembley Stadium?
I think they're still hovering around the 65,000.
Okay.
I have not seen anything new about that, but I think they mentioned it was between 65 and 70, but it's slowing down. Of course, haven't put any matches on it yet, so of course it's going to be the initial drive do that, but once they start putting matches on it, then you're going to see the tickets go again because holy shit, we got this kind of match or we have these guys fighting. Okay, let's go do it, right? So that is that. But I would suggest for you, Tekken, to watch Dominion because you still have New Japan World, and I would say watch the last three matches. I would say you'd like them. One is the six-man tag between John Moxley, Shota Umino, and Claudio Castagnoli in Japan wrestling Tanahashi, Okada, and Ishii. That's a good match. That's the semi-main event, and then the last match is the world title match, which is actually pretty good. And then of course the first match you'd see would be the junior heavyweight title match, which I think you'd enjoy
Wow,
too.
but like
Yeah.
I just realized something. We didn't talk about very much wrestling until like just now in the podcast. We're
Yep,
about to end the episode. We barely talked about any wrestling. But I haven't like
that's
been
right.
watching anything because I've been playing so much stuff. So it's like I haven't really been.
Well, well, take
I haven't had
it.
a chance to catch up. Well, I mean, I'm not really catching up because I'm trying to play a bunch of crap. So it's like I had
It's
to
a
put it on the
four and a
back
half.
burner.
It's a 4.5 hour show. I'm telling you, just to watch the. You can watch the first match. That's Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer. That's not a bad match. It's only like 7 to 8 minutes long, but it's pretty nice. And then the last three matches you'll like. There you go. Anyways, that's it. I'm done. 20 minutes over board where I had. I'm going to bed early. So sign us out, you animal. You got
Alright.
more out of me than you're expecting.
Alright, so that's it for this episode of Tekken and Buff Saves the Universe. So until you see or hear from us again, you've been saved by the power of our friendship.
So stick it up your pokeroo.
until until you see or hear from us
You bleep larp.
again. Thanks for listening and watching or whatever, and we're now signing off.